Hello and welcome to our number 2 episode of the vlog. We are here at ATV Development with Derek. Derek has had the quad on his dyno. Derek, if you want to tell us a bit about what you do, please.
Basically, rolling road tuning, mainly with bikes with electronic ignition and electronic fuel injection.
About one of the only quad dynos in the UK as well.
Yes, well, I wouldn't say the only one, but I focus on the enduro world really more, and a bit of motocross, and yeah, because of I'm in that circle. Yeah.
So if anyone doesn't know, Derek actually races himself. He's got his own Can-Am that he takes to the enduro series and competes out there. So he does have an interest in the quad world. So yeah, if you get the opportunity or you need any dynoing or any tips like that, ring Derek and get booked in. We are back in the workshop. We have returned from the dyno, made some good gains. We are about 4 horsepower up from last year. We're now going to run through some of the racing changes that Paul's made throughout the winter and the improvements from last year. So starting from the front end, you can see we have a very different front end. This is to stop the mud, the sand and everything getting in the way. Helps with the cooling and it's removable as well. Further to that, first thing you can see is the light bar. Obviously that is for Pondavoo, which we're hopefully going to be competing at. Other alterations to the front end, I don't know if you can see there, but we have the CVT cooling box to help with airflow and a dual core radiator. Up top we've fitted the flex handlebars with the rubber dampers. We've got the throttle, which is a dual gasser, so we've got both thumb throttle and twist, great for enduros. We've got a front master cylinder, which is actually off the 650 NK Cfmoto. On the left, we've got the Behringer, so that means we've got a front and a rear brake separately. We've had to relocate the 4-wheel drive switch because obviously we haven't got all the mounts. And we've got the kill switch up here, which is very important for racing. Start button, because we start with a dead start at the Enduro series, so you've got to have a quick reaction with that one. The other things we've done is, as you can see, remove racks front and rear, remove the rear seat, and if you can see here, we've changed some of the footwells. This is to stop the mud getting in, a bit better grip. Onto the back end, obviously the Stage 5 Elkas, standard shafts, standard trailing arms, they're very good for racing, handle very well. We've actually done a battery relocation. Paul's made the mounts to make it lower and obviously away from the front. We've got the 30 litre tank for the petrol. Around this side we have the Scorpion N-Can fitted to some custom headers. We've got a little booty which keeps some spare goggles, a couple of tools. Last year was my hairbrush, this year some moustache wax. So on the front end we've also got the Stage 5 Elkas that we're going to be testing. Stock calipers and brake pads. We've got the custom made hoses, solid discs, and Paul has made these protectors to stop any mud going in there. On the turning side of things we run the stock ball joints and track rods, and then on the A-arms we've actually braced them, so you can see we have hopefully learnt our lesson from last year and won't be doing the same. That brings us lastly onto the block, which is the Cfmoto 1000cc V-twin. Developing good power, but we've actually had a bit of head work done on it. That's where we've made the gains this year. As many of you know, the racing has sadly been cancelled this weekend, so we will actually be out on our own place and we will be testing it, see how we get on. So tune in to see what happens, and I hope everyone stays safe and remember to wash your hands.